Should you sacrifice every day in order to get to a super pleasurable result in the future? And to what degree should you do that? Right? Is it worth it? Over here, if you ask the spiritual bunch, they will tell you that don't make the present moment a means to an end. That's an illusion. The goal is an illusion. It'll just be a Ferrari, and you'll be happy for a week or two, and then it's just a car, right? It'll just be $100 million. And with time, it's just going to be, yeah, but I'm not, it doesn't make me happy. So instead of pursuing and sacrificing every day, you should just live in the moment. But should you then reach out for immediate pleasure, just eat, drink, and sleep in? And what's the solution here? What's the formula to live happily, right? What should we do? In this video, I'm going to answer that specifically, so we don't have to talk about it anymore. My name is Claus Levin, and go subscribe to this channel if you find this video useful. And don't forget to download our free course on time management by clicking the link just below here. I'm just going to paint it up for you so we can understand, like create a model of how to understand this paradox. Over here, we have wartime. The country is at war. The only thing that all the processes of society, all the factories, everything we do now becomes about winning the war. We produce to win the war. We spend money to win the war. We don't have enough food. Everything is bleak, and we're just trying to get out of this situation. What's going on? War is going on. We sacrifice like crazy, right? We even die. We lose parts of our family, and it's crazy how much we sacrifice. And that's the natural thing to do because we're in a crisis situation. The body even does that. If we're threatened, it sacrifices all long-term activities like replenishing the liver and taking care of the organs and building muscle. It sacrifices all those processes just for the ability to run really fast away from the tiger. So that's natural. That's sacrifice. Makes sense. Over here, it's peacetime. There's no war. There's prosperity. It's easy to find food, and we can focus on other things. Sacrificing like crazy would be a mental disease, right? If we see a person over here, it's peacetime. Everybody has a chance to be happy, to enjoy themselves, to spend time with each other, to do great work, to focus on quality instead of quantity, to focus on enjoying the work instead of having it done now, right? It's not a crisis situation. And if you saw a person who acted like it was wartime, all stressed up, paranoid, just we have to, necessity all the time, and you go, hey, you have a thing going on. You're out of sync with reality. And we have a lot of people in our culture who's totally out of sync with reality, right? Who walk around super stressed. And there's not anything to be stressed about. If you just spent 2 weeks at war and came back to the reality you lived in, you would go like, wow, I have no problems, right? So that's a thing, of course, the mental disorder some of us can live with. But the clear answer, so when should I sacrifice, is wartime. And in a normal person's life, it's pain. How much pain are you in? Are you in a ton of pain? I used to be in a ton of pain, right? When I started personal development and reading books like crazy and going for runs early in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, and everything was about getting out of my crisis situation because I wasn't satisfied with any parts of my life. In fact, I was in massive pain no matter where I looked. And that produced a war-like state where I was sacrificing everything. I didn't eat sugar. I didn't do any of these things, but because it would keep me, it would slow me down in reaching my goal of getting out of pain. So that is the truth about when you should sacrifice. So if you look at your life right now and say, how much pain am I in? Really, honestly. If you forget about everything is amazing, plong plong, ding ding, whatever we can create of abstractions about how, what's really beneath that? What's underneath that? How unhappy are you really? How dissatisfied are you really with things around you? And you can look at your life on all different areas and get a pretty good glimpse of what's my pain. And so to the degree to which you are in pain, you should sacrifice. Stop sitting on the floor meditating and trying to feel good about being super dissatisfied with your body. Stop trying to accept what you are super dissatisfied with. Stop trying to accept that you hate the relationship you're in or you hate your job, right? Do something. That's the key. So you start sacrificing. You get up early, right? You start building yourself up. You learn like crazy. That is the natural response. But that makes us afraid, doesn't it? Breaking out of your comfort zone, doing all these things. So we try to make it softer by not moving, not producing results, right? Should you go inward or outward? Right? Stop trying to accept. That's acceptance, and try to relinquish desire, not want things. Well, if you want things with a burning desire and that makes you frustrated, then go for them. That's a clue, right? If you're not frustrated with where you are, then why would you go for anything else? And it's the simple truth, right? So if you're sacrificing right now and wondering, should I sacrifice this much? Well, then look at how much pain you're in. If you're in no pain at all, then why should you sacrifice every day? It's just a mental disorder, right? But then some people go up and down, right? Sometimes they're all into it and then they collapse and they start eating Ben & Jerry's and doing all the wrong things again. Pretty often we sacrifice so much that we forget that we also need to take time off, right? We need to have a day where we sleep in, where we eat eggs and bacon or our favorite breakfast, where we allow ourselves to do whatever we want, just impulsively, just have total freedom, and then get right back into it. Get right back into resolving our pain and taking massive action to get out of it. So look at it right now and say, where am I in my life? How much pain am I in? And how much do I need to sacrifice to get out of it? How much action do I need to take? How much do I need to get out of my comfort zone and do the things I know will work but I don't feel like doing? How much self-discipline should I practice? It's all painful, but it's what we do. We go to war, which is painful, to get out of an even bigger pain, which is losing all our freedom to some foreign nation, right? It's a trade-off. And once things get going for you, you get out of pain, you need to go out of the reality of war and start living in that new reality. And then perhaps you want to listen to these guys over here who says, don't make the present moment a means to an end. Don't sacrifice your day to get to a better place when this place is a pretty good place, right? So we shift throughout life or throughout the different life situations, and we need to be able to make that shift so you don't end up being a gazillionaire who's still working like she was in a crisis situation. You need to enjoy the stuff you created, right? So by all means, sacrifice. It's productive, it's functional, if that's what you need to do, if you're in a lot of pain. If you're not in a lot of pain, you need to look at different ways of living, instead of being in that frantic game. That's really the whole truth of it, the whole bottom line. That's what it's about. And then you can cherry pick from different areas of personal development based on what you need right now. But there's no happiness found in being in an imagined war or being in a state of meditation and peace as things are raging around you, as you really need to take action. Where are you? How much pain are you in? What do you need to do? Sacrifice or start living in the moment, whatever you want to call it, right? So I hope this was valuable to you. If it was, then think about it and process your reality through what I've just said, and then listen to this exact same video a week, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, and process the month in the past from this perspective again until it becomes part of your thought processes. See you in the next video.
You can increase your productivity by 5 or 10 times overnight by putting the 3 methods into action that I'm going to give you in my free course. So go download it right now by clicking the link just below here.